Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, and I've been asked about finding lipstick colours that flatter. There's a few things you need to know. First is, what's your natural colouring? Are you warm or cool? What's your undertone? What palette really flatters you? Knowing this is going to take a lot of the guesswork out of finding lipsticks because there's millions of them out there. So at least if you can identify ones that at least go with your palette versus not with your palette, you're going to have a great starting point. So if you do have a colour palette, you can just say, here's my colour palette. Does the lipstick go with this? Does it look like my pinks and reds? Does it look like my burgundies? Or does it look completely different? So if I grabbed a completely different colour palette, it might look more like these colours. So this person could possibly wear an orange lipstick. This person would look terrible in an orange lipstick. So having a colour palette makes an enormous difference to actually finding a flattering lipstick colour, because the colours that relate to you, they harmonise with you. And therefore, then your lips look like they're a part of you. They're an extension of you rather than looking like you've got a really strangely coloured mouth. That might be a little bit disembodied from you. This is what sometimes you can see when the lipstick color isn't working. It's just like all I see is lips on the face. I'm not seeing the face as a whole, and I always think it's important to see the face as a whole because that's where you get the best harmony. So finding out your colors is a great starting point, because too, if you've got bright coloring like this, then you could go for brighter lipsticks, versus if you've got softer coloring such as this, you'll want to go for softer lipsticks. So if you're going grey and your colours are softening down like this, you don't want the bright lipstick so much anymore. Versus if you've got lots of brightness, then you can carry off these brighter, bolder, more vibrant colours. So that is the first thing you need to know. What's your undertone, warm or cool? And how bright the colours are that suit you. Then got to think about your underlying lip color. So what is it? So I have almost white lips these days. They're not white, but they're kind of fading away to white. Other people I know have a really, they have this lip color is their natural lip color rather than this is me with lipstick on. Because that underlying lip color is going to change the way a color works. Just like if I just pop this lipstick on, I'm just going to pop a little bit on a piece of white tissue. It looks like one color. If I actually put it on my skin, I'm just going to pop it on the end of my finger and it looks different. So you can see that how it is in the tube, how it is on the white tissue versus how it is on my skin are all different from each other. So you can't assume you know what a lipstick looks like from the tube. Now, you can pop the tube next to your color swatch and you can say, does this lipstick look like it goes with my swatch? And if it was this one, I'd say, yeah, that goes pretty well. So what you can see here is that this lipstick doesn't go with this swatch at all, unlike the way that this lipstick does go with it. But then this lipstick doesn't go with this palette. It's not related to the pinks or the browns or anything in there, but this lipstick does go. You can go, oh, I can see there's a relationship between those colors and the lipstick. So that's the first thing you want to do. Knowing your colors makes the biggest difference. It really does to finding a lipstick. Then you want to try it on skin to start with. So if you're really not sure, because often colors, you might have two colors where you're looking at them and going, in the tube, they look pretty similar. I'm not, one's a little bit darker than the other, but I'm not really seeing the undertone. I'm not really seeing what they're like. So this is where I'll just draw some, lines on the back of my hand. And I can then identify, oh, that one's got a lot more brown and it's warmer, and this one is cooler. So that then tells me I'm not going to try this browner one, but I will try this cooler one. So that is another thing you can do before you try it on your lips. Before you do try it on your lips, I always recommend grab a tissue and give any color a really good wipe over just to make sure that there's no germs left on it from anybody else. Decide on the colors that you think might work. But of course, you're never going to know until you get them on your lips, because just like if you're painting over a blue wall, the color that comes out is going to be different than if you're painting over a white wall. Your lips have color, and therefore they are going to influence how a color looks. your lip chemistry will also influence this. And I have seen the same lipstick look pink on one person, brown on somebody else, and purple on another person. So that lip chemistry can really change the way a color looks. If you've ever had the experience where you pop a lipstick color on and then 10 minutes later it seems to be brighter or more warm or more cool, like different from how it was and how you're expecting when you first put it on, that's your lip chemistry changing the color. So you need to kind of actually wait before you make a decision. The other thing I do is take a little hand mirror with you and go outside and check it in natural lighting. Most stores, their lighting is not good. Artificial lighting will really change the way a color looks, particularly also when you're doing foundation colors as well. I recommend getting outside into natural daylight and then making a decision. So then you want to try the colors on. So what color should I go for? Should I go for a matte color, a sheen, or a shine? So my recommendation here is that if you are a matte skin, so if your skin is matte, doesn't really bounce light around, then go for a matte color. If you have a little bit of sheen, go for a color with a bit of sheen. And if you're like me, where you can see the light bouncing off my head, my nose, my cheeks, my chin, the light bouncing all the time, I'm really quite shiny, then go for lipstick with pearlescence and shine. In fact, that's the whole makeup thing. So whatever your skin is, match that. It's not about age so much, but if your skin is matte, sheen, or shine. Another thing to think about is, am I using a lip liner? Because if you use a lip liner, this can actually change the way a color looks. That a lip liner, you know, a darker lip liner will make a lipstick color darker versus a lighter one might not affect it so much. But then you might go, well, with my darker lip liner, so imagine this is my lips and I've just colored that in. I'm going to do both of these so you can see the difference. Then I might take a lighter lipstick color and then pop it over the top. So I might go, well, what does it turn out like? That one versus that one. So it changes the way the lipstick looks. So this is the same lipstick on two different lip liners. So you can say that also will change how the lipstick looks. So if you're going to use lip liner, which it's a great way of holding your lipstick on for longer, I recommend filling in your lips. Don't just line the outside, fill in, because that really helps to hold the lipstick on for longer. Then the color will also change it. So you want to do both things together. Don't just make a decision about a lipstick without taking into consideration a lip liner if you're using one. If you're looking for a really natural color for you, I recommend looking at the color of your lips and also just inside your mouth, see what kind of color is there. So what color do you naturally have in you? And then see if you can match that. That is often the way to find the most natural looking lipstick. So kind of a good all-purpose everyday sort of lipstick. If you don't like reapplying all the time. So some people are happy as to wear a red lipstick and then constantly reapply it as it wears off. Other people just go, I want to put something on. If it wears off, I don't want to be too concerned about it. So if you're doing that, then try and find yourself something that's really going to look quite natural. So this is quite natural with my lip color versus going for something really bright and bold, which is going to be much more obvious as it wears off. That is the other thing I would look for. So they're just a few little tips about finding a flattering lipstick color. Do read the full blog post so you can see more examples.